I'm from 60 singles, man. Let's show them one time, man.
You want to see that dog? Fuck no, that's that dog.
That's one dub. What about the dub there?
That's a five.
Let's show them, man.
You want another
Probably
five?
y'all five.
But you want another five?
What's that, 79?
Oh yeah, we getting money out of
that.
You already know it's Amani with CHIRAQ Magazine, here with Young Tez, aka Tez. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, she already said who I was, but I go by Young Tez, from Chicago by way of Bellwood. That's where I spend most of my time. But I'm an artist, a videographer, a tattoo artist. I got my own shoe line, like everything. Okay. I do everything.
And what was it like growing up in Chicago? Bellwood, you said. What was it like growing up there?
I mainly played sports, to be honest. I always was playing sports, whether it was baseball, football, basketball. I wrestled for some time, and I stayed in sports, so I always was active. I always was in one sport, then in the next. I never really had time to like do anything else. It was school, sports. That's it.
That's good. So you wasn't in the streets?
No, a lot of my friends got caught up, but I mean, I just stayed playing sports. I was good at it, so it was like this was my way out.
Okay.
So yeah.
And you said that you're a videographer,
yeah,
an artist.
Yeah. You
do tattoos as well, right?
Yeah.
How do you balance all of that?
That's a good question. I really don't know. Mm-hmm. I just, music is my passion. That's what I'm really passionate about. But then when I was young, I used to draw a lot. So as I got older, I learned about tattooing, and I had my first tat at 15. So after that, it was like, well, I can make some money doing this.
Right.
And start doing tattoos. And then shooting videos, it became a habit because I was tired of paying people to shoot videos. So then I started shooting videos myself, and I progressed. And so now it's just like whoever booked me for something, then that's what I get booked for. But when it comes to music, I'm always making music, like all the time. And that's what I push the most. Everything else is like, if you know me, then you know I do this or do that or whatever else. I do other things. I just can't think right now. But
okay.
Yeah.
So have you shot anybody that's like popular, like their videos? Anyone famous from Chicago?
From Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
No, I wouldn't say I shot anybody videos that's popular from Chicago.
Anywhere else then?
LA.
Okay.
I used to shoot videos for Man. He had a huge song called Buzzin' with 50 Cent. Okay. And then he had another song with T-Pain, another song with Snoop. But I shot some videos for him. I shot for Onyx, the group that was like, had that slam. Okay,
yeah, I know that song.
Yeah, so I shoot for them still currently a little bit.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, when I was in LA, I was shooting with my homie Ryan. So I was always on set, whether I was doing a drone or actually conduct like doing the camera. So that, and then they went to Complex Con. I went with them, and I shot like the behind the scenes and stuff like that. But I also worked on a documentary for Sway.
Okay.
Sway in the Morning. I don't know where that project is going right now. It's, other things that got to get done, but the documentary is complete. It's just the process of when it's coming out, what platform they're going to put it out on, but working with them doing that, working with a lot of artists like that, but I don't think we didn't do anybody from Chicago though.
No. How was your experience with Sway?
I never met Sway.
Okay, you never met him?
No, I never met him. Okay. He's it's just his project. Okay. He's narrating and everything. We just went out and shot the different artists or different jewelers and stuff like that.
Okay.
But it was cool doing that, going and flying to different cities, meeting these different artists and like meeting them personally. Like for instance, I went to Slim Thug. I went to his house and he was real welcoming. He had Southern hospitality is for sure a thing. Mm-hmm. And he was cool. I mean, the jeweler, Johnny Dang.
Oh, wow.
Went to his store in Houston and was in his office, and we shot in his office. He was cool. But yeah, pretty much.
Did Slim, did he give you any advice, like, on your journey to becoming a rapper?
Yeah, a little bit. Just
Okay.
listening to him while he was conducting his interview. Just the independent way.
Okay.
The independent way is really the way to go, and learning your money, because he is well off. I should
Okay.
say he real well off. He did the smart thing with his money and the investments he made. And I mean, he just living life now. I mean, he still do music, but he more so living life.
Okay. Do you have any big influencers? Like, who influenced you to become the artist that you are today?
Wayne influenced me at a young age. Wayne, that's where I started out rapping because of him and his mixtapes, and I kind of like mimicked his sound, and it was bad. Like it was cool, but it was bad though, because it was like I sounded too much like him, or was trying to sound too much like him.
Right.
But then eventually I developed my own sound. But yeah, Wayne, I would say, is the biggest influence. And then as time went on, different artists came. I mean, I listened to 50. Okay. Who else was I listening to then? A lot of lyricists like Jadakiss, Fabulous, who else? Cassidy. I used to listen to Dipset, Joel Santana.
Shout out to them. Love them.
Yeah. I can't think right now who else, but when I was growing up, that was who I was listening to.
That's who you listened
DMX.
to, okay.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, DMX. Luda. Yeah.
All right.
The list goes on.
If you can describe your style of music, what would it be? Like, don't say like Lil Wayne or any other artist.
I wasn't gonna say.
How would you describe your style?
Describing my style is, it's like, it's real. Cause I came from an era where music was different. Like it was about something, or it was clever. Like it took some work to be an artist. It wasn't, not to say it doesn't now, cause I ain't knocking nobody in their styles, but to me it took work to be an artist. Cause you had artists like Jay-Z and just people that made good music that transpired over decades and different generations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Drake, he been out for how long? And he's still like present to this day. But you got other artists that pop up and they style is like just for that moment. It's like a catchy wave at the moment. And I'm more so like I make music that lasts through decades and through different generations, as opposed to just that moment right then and there.
So what's one of your favorite things about being a rapper?
The way that music reach people. I think I'd say that's probably my favorite, because it's people in different states, different countries that may hit me up and be like, "Oh, you did good on this song," or "I like the way you flipped this," or you know what I'm saying. It's just like you never know who's listening. And one of the biggest things that I guess a little small highlight was it was a point in time when that OG Bobby Johnson song came out. I don't know if you remember it, but Wiz Khalifa did a remix to it.
Okay.
And I did a remix to it. And some kid hit me up like just randomly like, "Oh, your remix actually went harder than Wiz Khalifa."
Oh wow.
So for me, you know, that right there is like, dang, I like Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
So for you to tell me that it meant a lot, and it still means a lot to me when I make music and know that, like, man, a lot of people listening. Like when I see my analytics and see I got people listening to me in Japan or in Africa, like, I never been to Africa, I never been to Japan, but people know who I am out there. It mean a lot.
Okay. Do you feel like your music will be more of a positive influence on this generation?
It can be.
Okay.
I think doing interviews is more so where I reach the people as far as like positivity.
Right.
My music, I make music for for myself and how I'm feeling. And at times everybody don't feel the way I feel or don't like the type of music I like. So I don't think I reach as many people when it come to certain things like that. Like how, like I'm about nonviolence pretty much.
Okay.
And that's what I was talking about earlier about like the violence in Chicago. Like for me, that's a big thing. But then I may have a song where violence is talked about, but it's not in a sense of like just shoot up or kill, like, you know what I'm saying? It's more so like it's referred to in a sense of protection or like protecting like your family, or if it comes to it, like it's not really about going to get somebody. It's more so like just stand your ground, kind of sort of like the Alabama thing. Like protect. I mean, it's
you know what? Shout out to them.
It's something like that. Like it's not really about gang banging or whatever. It's more so about like just standing up for yourself, I guess you could say.
Since you brought that up,
yeah.
How did you feel about the guy with the chair? With the chair,
I felt like it was like he was highlighted, and it took away from. Now it took away from everything that actually happened. Like the fact that we all came together, the fact that we all were doing something in a sense like of protecting our own. Yeah. But then like the chair thing, it was a chair. I mean, it could have been a life raft or whatever it could have been. It could have been a fishing pole. It could have been anything. But the fact that it was a chair and then it went on social media and turned into like a joke, and it took away from the actual thing that actually happened, like that actually transpired. Like the fact that all of us came together, like the little boy, the high schooler that swam to shore.
He
like,
was a worker.
Yeah, it's like all of these things like now went away because of the chair. Right. And now it's like you got all these memes, all these little things. And I ain't gonna lie, they are funny, but at the same time, it's like it takes away from what actually happened, like in history.
The bigger picture is that we stuck together for the first time in a long time.
In a long time.
And we need to keep doing that because the other people that basically started it, they just didn't want to move their boat. And the other boat was trying to dock. So it was pure racism. Like they didn't want to move because the black security guard told them to move their, boat. It was nice to see us stick together like that. We need to do that more often.
It's crazy because every other like race tends to stick together. Yeah. Every race.
Yeah, like, that is true.
They stick together. No matter what, they be sticking together. But with us, it's like
that was competition.
All the time.
With each other.
All the time.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
Tired of it.
Yeah, definitely.
We got to make a difference.
We do.
Trying
to.
So I see that you reside in Cali. How is it out there?
California is a different animal, and not in a bad way. It's a different animal when it comes to growth and entrepreneurship. Like out there it's like you can do pretty much whatever you want to do. But the thing is, if you can't swim, you're going to definitely drown. Because there's a lot of people that go out there thinking it's sweet. Thinking that opportunity is going to be at the door, like knocking at your door. But it is. But it's up to you to have that hustle and that drive to keep going. Because, I mean, when I moved out there, it was a lot of opportunities that was presented. But then there's other opportunities that presented themselves as well, whether they were good or bad. But say, for instance, I'm working with a certain artist and I'm doing my video thing. I'm working with them for a certain amount of time. The next thing you know, that opportunity can fall off and then something else presents itself, or it may not for a little bit. But it's really like everybody's working. You just got to stay working with them or they'll just keep moving past you. But it really opened up my eyes to like the lifestyle of actually being what you want to be. Whether you're a fashion designer, whether you're a makeup artist, whether you're an artist in music, whether you're a producer, whatever you are, like, it's out there. It's just up to you to, like, stay with it, and you got to live within your means and don't overspend, because it's super expensive in California. Yeah. It is super expensive.
It is.
But if you can live within your means and don't try to keep up with everybody else, then you'll be straight. Because a lot of people, that's how they mess up. They try to ball and, you know what I'm saying, spend all this money and try to look like the next person. And then you got this next opportunity that's right around the corner that you missed out on because you done bought some new clothes or went to the Louis store and, you know, blew it all.
Right.
And that next opportunity could have been that break, but then you missed it. Now you stuck in a bad situation, and it get ugly quick for people. But I think with me, I wasn't really about, like, I am flashy, but I'm not flashy at the same time. Right. Like, I like nice things, but my goal was music. It wasn't everything else. I wasn't trying to be all of that. It was really focused. I got a focus that's like no other.
Right.
Basically.
That's good. That's good. Stay focused. So, does your hometown support you more than, like, your Cali supporters?
The truth?
Yeah, I want to know the truth.
The truth, as much as I love home, I would not say so.
Okay.
But I think that's just how it is anywhere you go. Anywhere you from, your home doesn't really support you like that. But I think it's because they know you. Mm-hmm. Or they see that you from their city or whatever and don't want you to make it past where they made it to.
Right.
So whether people that don't know you, they see like, oh, he from the city. Oh, well, who is he? Like, you know, and to see you surpass whatever they got going on, they feel a certain type of way about it. And then people that know you, sometimes, like, I know you. Like, how are you up here if I know you? Like, I was at your house and whatever the case may be. And that was another reason I had to move out, because I was too tangible, I guess. I was too close to people. So if you see me do something big with somebody big, whoever it may be, and then the next day you see me at the store, the same grocery store that you shop at, you like, you just like me.
Right.
So they kind of feel a certain way. But when you leave and you know what I'm saying, you move around different and you in different situations and different blessings come your way, then it's kind of looked at differently. And then me going to California, nobody knows me. Mm-hmm. They just know, oh, he from Chicago.
Right.
He cool, he laid back. And they like, yo, let's work. Your music, they know you for what you are. They know you for music, so they respect you as that. They know you for videography, so they respect you as that. But here, they know you for, we play on the same football team. Like, you a rapper? Like, so.
It's like envy.
Yeah,
it's like they be a little jealous.
They don't
want to see you succeed, do better than them.
Yeah,
that's the problem. Yeah. How do you deal with, like, internet trolls and haters? Do you have any of those? I'm sure you do, but how do you deal with them?
I faced that early on. So I was cool with it. I was like, for me, it was cool because I'm like, oh, I'm finally getting some attention. Mm. But then I've been doing music for like a long time. So a lot of stuff is like, I done experienced it. I remember when it first started happening, it was hard for my mom. My mom was taking it personal, like, oh, they don't know you. I'm like, Mom, like, chill. It's probably like a little 9-year-old kid on the other side of this talking like, she's like, no, they shouldn't. How do they know this? They don't know it. That's the point. Like, they gonna talk. So to me, it's whatever. Like, if somebody trolling, I always throw a positive comment at somebody. I remember one time I did that. Somebody said something like about my music. I don't remember what it was. But I just said, oh, it's cool, you know, at least you listen to it. I appreciate it. Like, it's all love. Everybody, at the end of the day, it's all love. You know what I'm saying? And then he turned around and was like, oh, my bad, bro. You know, I just had a bad day. And I'm like, yeah, all right.
Oh, my
exactly.
Goodness.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, that's insane. There's a lot of hatred going on the internet, especially towards Black positive man.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't like seeing it.
No, they don't. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had any haters from your hometown come behind a fake page and just try to go in on you?
I did have a situation. I don't want to say the person's name.
Of course not.
But the person is an actor. And if he sees this, he knows. But the thing is, like, we were cool and we played basketball together. And we did some music together. And one day, my first big song, when I went to Cali, he said some stuff over Twitter, like, oh, like, this got to be a joke, and just throwing a lot of hate my way. And to me, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, he like, oh, like, just bad mouthing, like, the whole. I'm like, bro, you got my number. Like, if you want to say something, you could just call me, text me. I always show love to him and everything. So I didn't know where it was coming from. And I don't know. But I mean, to this day, I don't talk to him, but I don't got no hate towards him. I don't got no bad feelings towards him. I don't have anything like that. If I was to see him today, tomorrow, it's all love.
Right.
But where he was coming from, I don't know.
So I did a little research, and I seen that you did do a song with Twista. So how did that come about? How did that happen?
So I'll tell you the backstory. The backstory is, like, in 08, 09, I was opening up for Twista. And it was like he had a Money to Blow tour. It was a Midwest tour. We hit Michigan. I performed once in Michigan, and then the rest of the shows that I did was in Chicago. I opened up for him for his album release party for category F5 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And during all this time, I was like knowing his people, getting in, like, building relationships, I guess, with his people. I knew his bodyguard. The guy that actually put me on with the tour, I knew him and some of his childhood friends, stuff like that. And then his hype man, shout out B Hype the Verbal. Me and him did a song, like, recently, probably, what was that? It's like 3 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago, something like that. Me and him did a song. Me and him got a cool relationship. But we haven't linked back up face to face since years ago. Okay. And ironically, the way I got the song with him had nothing to do with all those relationships I built. It actually was a producer that I work with, and he's from Chicago too. And he knew I was from Chicago. We chopped it up a long time ago. We've been working for some times, and then next thing you know, his popularity and his brand grew. Mm-hmm. He started working with other producers that work with other artists in the industry. And then they got another production team that they work with. It's like a whole bunch of production teams. And because I'm cool with the one producer that I've been working with, whenever different opportunities come about, he let me know. And when this Twista thing came about, he was about to be working with Twista. He let me know, and he was like, it's an opportunity for you. And that's how I got the song, through the producer. But it's other, like, way more than just that's gonna happen near future. Because working with him, he put in, if I work with him, we got a good relationship, then these other producers, it opened up doors for me to work with them and whoever they connects are. And it's just like a good group. I got into a good group of people, I guess you could say. Okay. And they got a lot of opportunities that they presented to me, and it does cost. I want to say that because some people think it's just free or whatever. Like, no, I invested in myself. Right. I ain't had no, like, label or none of that. Everything that I done was me building relationships and investing in myself. Sometimes I do get little things here and there that's people showing love, but at the same time, people got to eat. So I understand. But yeah, that's how that came about.
So you're more of an independent artist. You won't sign with anybody?
When I was young, I wanted to. Mm-hmm. Just because all your favorite artists on these major labels, but then learning more about how the labels work, and it's like they're beneficial, but then at the same time, it's a price you pay for those benefits.
Right.
But some of those same benefits you can get with relationships that you build.
Right.
And the payout is more when you build those relationships as opposed to signing. It looks good in the beginning, but then on the back end, it's rough. So it depends. That deal got to be something serious. Like, it really got to be some things in the contract where I would sign. But as of now, I like being independent.
Independent is the way to go.
It feels better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to wrap it up a little bit. It was definitely a pleasure getting to know you and letting people know more about you. Yeah. You want to let people know where they can find you at? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok?
Young Tez on everything. Young Tez. I be on Facebook, but I don't. But Instagram at The Real Young Tez, and that's YOUNG. Twitter, Young Tez. YouTube, Young Tez. What else is there? TikTok at The Real Young Tez. Snapchat, I'm on there, but not. But you can find me on there probably too.
All right. And we never let our special guests leave empty-handed. We do got a few gifts for you. Shout out to 1313 Ave, Gurney Mills, Entrance A. That's our store. Check us out.
Check them out.
These are from the store. We got Muhammad Ali.
The GOAT.
Definitely the GOAT. That's for you.
Thank you.
And then we got the infamous Tooth Pop.
Another GOAT.
For sure.
Another GOAT. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you. Thank you for your time.
Of course. And I'm going to have to come to the store too.
Yes, definitely you got to check us out. Entrance
and the barbershop.
Yes.
Yeah, I just shout out the barber.
Shout out Blade.
Yeah. Got me right.
Yes.
Different experience.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
For sure.
For being here.
For sure. Anytime.
I'm from 60 singles, man. Let's show them one time, man.
You want to see that dog? That's that dog.
That's one dog. What about the dog that?
That's a five.
Let's show them, bitch.
You want another
Probably got
five?
75 on it.
But you want another five?
What's that, 75?
Oh, yeah, we getting money out of it.
Stop talking, nigga.